Sounds good. Anyone have any questions? Hopefully that gave you a good perspective on the ABC. Let me switch gears here a little bit and take a look at adding Atlas line and see what's happening. I have not seen this, so I do not know what's happening with any of these other methods that I teach. So here is the Atlas line, and I'll add the ATO as well. The Atlas line can be configured. I'll remove the ABC. The Atlas line can be configured to start either the London session or the US session. It provides the signals, the same with the ATO. You can trade it during the overnight session on any market. If you have any questions on either of these, let me know. Okay, so this is the Atlas line for today. I know some of you here in the room have the Atlas line already, so you should have the same exact signals as I have here in my chart. We're going long 30, 70, 50. Remember, I like proof when I trade. So with the Atlas line, the reason for this long trade would be two consecutive candles closing above the Atlas line. And the closing price, I'm not trying to make this a mystery. I'm trying to give you the advantage of buying or selling, not just when the marker appears to say buy, but also to know it's coming, get ready. If two consecutive candles closed above the Atlas line, it's a buy, 30, 70, 50 to go long. And again, the ATR here is at 2 points, right? So this is what it shows, 2 points. I wouldn't average up. I would always average down. Okay, John? So 2 points, that means I can expect 8 ticks, which is 2 points from my entry. And that would be just about here. Sure, you can trail stop if you want. Not a problem. Danny, if you should trade it with 2 or more contracts when trailing a stop. I have a trailing stop method that I teach, so 2 or more contracts is always in your favor for trailing a stop. And immediately the target was hit. Now, if you look at the market continuing, you may say to yourself, well, I could have stayed in. It's true, but you can only really expect, based on the ATR, the 2 points. And then if you have a pullback or strength trade, that's what you see, these S's and the P's. There's not a P here. Let me see if I can see one for yesterday. Here. Right, so this is, again, yesterday, this is a long right here. 2 consecutive candles closing above to go long and 2 consecutive candles below to go short. The S's and the P's are strength and pullback trades. All right, Gary. And you see the S's and P's telling you they're strength trades to go short, pullback trades to go short. That's what the S's and the P's. And you also have the Atlas line bounce trades, which is basically saying the candles are bouncing off of the Atlas line. It's an opportunity to sell or an opportunity to buy. And that's what you see here, Atlas line B. It's bouncing. The candles are bouncing off the Atlas line with an opportunity to buy or to sell. So you see how this here hit the Atlas line and closed back below it. It's essentially bouncing and it produces an order. And that's why you see all these short, short, short. This is happening. It's hitting it and then it's bouncing off of it. The same thing here. It's hitting it. This trade failed. These trades worked, but this one failed. And you have some chop here. Again, the middle part of the day, you have to expect a chop. After 1 or 2 of these, I would say stop. The market's just flip-flopping back and forth. The earlier part of the day, the first 2.5 hours, always, always the best to trade. Scott, glad you could join us. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, anyone have any questions on the Atlas line? And I don't think there's an at the open yet. Nope, it's at the open is set. And I can actually show you the at the open trades overnight too, if you want to look at trading the after hours here. So this is, I set it to 3 o'clock in the morning so you can see trades that are occurring for the at the open method during the London session or the overnight. This could be any market. I just have here the E-mini S&P. Same thing. These are long orders on the at the open. These are short orders on the at the open overnight. Always remember that you should have at least 1 point or 4 ticks whenever trading. Whenever the market drops below 4 ticks here on the ATR, you have to consider it's really too slow to trade. And as an example, you really can't trade all the time. You have to look at the conditions. Here, the ATR is clearly below 4 ticks. That means that every candle is moving up or down a maximum of 2 ticks. So this is 2 ticks high to low. This is 2 ticks high to low, 2 ticks high to low. It's not really a good opportunity to trade. When it's below 4 ticks, you have more wicks, more flip-flop, more range-bound situations. Anything above a point, it's tradable, in my opinion. Anything less than a point on the ATR. Remember, it's a 5-minute chart that I'm looking at because the values change the higher or lower you go. If you use a 3-minute chart, I think Fritz was asking, or a 15-minute or an hourly, obviously it's going to be different. But a 5-minute chart, 4 ticks would be the minimum that I'd like to see on the ATR. Let's take a look at the previous day here. So this is a failed short on the at the open. So this trade, you can see, is a losing trade. This one is, let's take a look from here to here, 1 point, and the ATR is a point. So you made exactly what was expected, right? You can expect a point here, and the market made exactly a point. And that's why using the ATR to dictate what the targets are is very important, because we don't really have too much of an expectation that's going to move 10 points, but 1 point is all the market's showing. Let's take a look at another example. Yep. ATO long here at 30.7550 to go long, and this was okay. So the expectation when this went long is about 1.25 points. So remember, this is my expectation, 1.25 points, not 10 points or 5 points. The current conditions tell me I can make a point. And from here to here, the market made a point. Yeah, about a point. And you want to see this happen sooner rather than later. You don't want to hold on to trades for hours on end. You want to get that point target immediately. So if this value was 3 points, it'd be the same thing. So it's all relative. Anyone have any questions? Everybody good? All right. November 14th, I have a new mentorship class beginning. So if anyone is interested in joining our next mentorship class, it starts at on November 14th, Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're interested in the Atlas line, you can see it on DayTradeToWin.com or the At the Open, or, I didn't show you the Trade Scalper. So let me show you the Trade Scalper real quick for those of you who are asking. Okay, so this is the NASDAQ. I have somebody who trades the NASDAQ, and they asked me to show them some charts. So this is the NASDAQ today. Anybody want to see a market that I can show you? If there's any requests, I'm happy to show you the orders for any market in case you want to make a decision whether this is right for you and the markets that you trade as well. So this is the NASDAQ and the E-mini. While this loads here, give it a second. And so this is the E-mini on the Trade Scalper, right? 9:30, there was a short. You have to be careful also trading right as the market opens. I think there may be a little extra volatility as everybody tries to pile on as that bell rings for market open. So just be careful trading right at within the first few minutes of the market open, any market that is, not just the E-mini. And you have a couple of longs here, and that's where we're at with the Trade Scalper. Now this trade, I'm not sure if this trade would have been a winning trade, but let's take a look. From here to here, a point, I'm not sure. Remember, 2 to 3 ticks, 4 ticks is all that I want out of the scalp, right? Scalp is quick. You're in, you're out. And this is the crude oil. Some of you trade oil, so here's an opportunity for oil. All right, that's the crude oil short, and that's the crude oil long. Nothing really in between. Long and short, short. This over here, I would say this would probably be the losing trade. This would be a winner. This would be a winner. This would be a winner, and this would be so far. Oh, we just had a short. So this would be 57, 67. So that's the short right now in crude oil. Anyone have any questions for me? All right, if you want to review this video, I'll put it on YouTube. I'll put it on the DayTradeToWin blog as well. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out. Hopefully you've learned something today. The ABC method, the ATR, a little bit about the Alice line, the ATO. Hey, Mark, thank you. Sally, thank you. I'll talk to everyone soon. Take care now. Bye-bye now.